Okay, welcome to the third of our Friday webinar sessions, the e-learning webinars, and the subject today is managing content. One of the things about, sorry, I'm just getting a message that my microphone might be slightly loud, so I'm just going to move the level away slightly. One of the things about content in your VLE is that you can actually manage how people see that content. It's not just a question of putting the content into it, it's also a question of being able to manage the content too. So what I'm going to do here is just show you in my own VLE course how you might do some simple content management. So first thing obviously is adding a document to the course. So if I want to add a document to a course, and here I've got a course that's organized by topics. First of all, I'm going to turn editing on. I can either turn editing on there, or I can come to this side here and turn editing on there. And once I've got the editing turned on, it's a fairly simple matter to add a document. If, for example, I want to add a document to topic 2, then I come to the topic 1. Sorry, I come to the bottom of topic 1, add a resource or add an activity. Same with week 2, add a resource or add an activity. Incidentally, this is called the resource or activity chooser, and I can have it displayed in different formats. If I turn in the course administration menu there, activity chooser on, and you'll see that added activity or resource becomes one choice, and you get this thing called the activity chooser, which gives activities and resources in one long list. I actually personally prefer the activity chooser off, and I like to just have a choice between resource or activity. So it depends what suits you really, you know. So in week 2, I'm going to add a resource and I'm going to add a file, which could be any kind of document. So I'm going to add a file and I'm going to call it test the old chestnut, you know, and I'm going to click on the add button in select files. I don't have to add a description here if I don't want to. It's not mandatory. It can be a useful thing to add, but you don't have to add it. So in the select files, I'm going to click add and I'm going to browse and I'm going to find a document in my documents here. And I'll come down, I'll find a Word document here, and I'll choose, let's say, this one, and I'll upload this file, and it's appeared here. One little thing you might want to think about is whether your document appears in a new window when it opens. So if I choose appearance, you can see how does it display. Automatic means the system will choose how it displays. I quite like it to go open in pop-up, which means new window. So I usually choose open in pop-up. Save and return to course, and there we go. I'll just turn the editing off so we can see clearly. I'll turn the editing off, and at the bottom of topic 2, we've got our test document that's been added, and if I open it, you'll find it'll open in a pop-up window. Okay, and if I close it, I'm actually back in the course. Okay, so that's the simple process of adding documents. You can also organize your documents in different ways. For example, if I've got documents or content of any kind, and I don't just mean documents, I mean any kind of content, and I've got it in week 4, let's say, and I want it in week 3, I can turn my editing on, and you'll see as soon as you turn the editing on, you get a kind of 4-headed arrow beside the content, documents, links to websites, images, whatever the content is. I can select that 4-headed arrow and I can use it to drag and drop my content to a different week. And I can actually do the same with topics as well. So I can make week 2, week 3 like that, you'll see. And actually, if I had automatic naming on, then if that was topic 2 and topic 3, the numbers would switch around when I move them like that. But because I've named them myself, week 2 and week 3, you'll see they've stayed with the same names. So I can move week 2 back to there, week 3. And so you can move your content around using the drag and drop symbol there. And once you've got the editing turned on, I'll turn off the editing again so we can see our course again. You'll also notice that because I've got a topic-based course, I've got all my topics, or weeks as they're called, because I've named them weeks, in on the one page. Now, some people like to display only one topic at a time on the page, and the way you change this is you go into course administration, which is how you administer the course, and you edit the settings of the course. So I'm going to edit the course settings. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to course format. Now, I've got a topics format. I've got 6 topics, but it says show all sections on one page. I'm going to change that to show 1 section per page. I'm going to save my changes, save and display. And when I come back now, you see that the topics aren't all visible on the one page. In fact, all you can see is the topics, or as I've called them, weeks. I'll explain shortly why this is called topic 1 and not week 1. And they're just displayed in this format. You can see it tells you that there is content in them, but you can't see what that content is. So if I jump to week 3 by clicking on week 3, now I see the week 3 content, and I can jump to week 5, let's say, or jump to week 1 or topic 1, or I can use the backwards and forward arrows to scroll through the topics. That's just a video's trying to load. There we go, week 2. And I can also go back to the main course page. Now, it really depends on how you like your course to display and how your course is organized, whether seeing all the topics on one page is a good or a bad thing, depending how much content there is in each topic, as to whether you want this format or not. Personally, I prefer the all topics on one page format, so I'm going to edit my settings. I'm going to go back to the course format, and I'm going to change to show all sections on one page, and I'm going to save and display, and you'll see I'm back to this format. So as I say, how your content displays is something that you can decide for yourself. I also want to mention something about section headings. As you see, the first one is called topic 1, but the next are all called week 2, week 3, week 4. That's because I've given these customized headers. I've actually named the headers. And the way you do that is turn editing on, and you see at topic 1 there's a kind of little cog underneath. It says edit summary, and the summary is the name of the topic. So I'm going to click on that cog. Now you can see there's no section name there. So because there's no section name there, it uses the default section name. So if I make that week 1, it will display, if I save the changes, it will display as week 1, as you can see. And I've got week 2 and so on and so forth. However, let's just go back to that and let's tick use default section name. Now the default name is topic 1, not week 1. So now you can see it's topic 1. So if I go back again and untick use default section name and save my changes, then you can see I'm back to, oops, I thought I'd done that properly. There we go. Oh no, I forgot to type in week 1. That's it. And of course, and I actually had it in caps, week 1. So save changes. And you now see I've got week 1 there again. So you can name your topics, or you can let the system name them for you, in which case it'll choose topic 1, topic 2, and so forth. You know, those might be section 1, section 2, they might be outcome 1, outcome 2, they might be specific titles for topic areas, you know, whatever you think is appropriate. So I'm going to turn the editing off again, so just so we can see how everything's laid out there. As you can see, we've got some video content on the pages, we've got Word documents, we've got assessments, submission opportunities for the students, a mixture of content in this course. It may be, though, that I don't want the students to see all that content at once. Now, one way is obviously by only displaying one topic at a time, but another way is actually hiding content. So, for example, these two things are assignments, you know, that students have to submit. Now, if I like, I could hide them for now. So I could choose edit, hide, and again with this one, edit, hide, and maybe this one too, edit, hide. So at the moment, I don't want the students to see them. If I turn the editing off, you'll see that I can still see them because I'm the teacher, I'm logged in as teacher, and they're grayed out, which tells me that the students can't see them. If I want to check that the students can't see them, I can actually view that course as a student. I come down into the course administration and I choose switch role to, and I choose it to student, switch role to student, and see, that's what the student sees. That's what the student sees. So obviously that's just confirming for me that I've hidden those things from the student. And I can go back to switch role and return to my normal role, and those hidden things are now grayed out, but they are still there. That's because I'm in as a teacher. So if you want to hide content from your students, that's quite a good thing to do as well. The last thing I want to show you about managing content, and then we're finished, is adding labels. So week 1 might just be your general section label, but you might want to add something underneath that. You might want to say, this is where you should start, or this is the topic we'll be going on to after Christmas, or something like that, you know? So I can turn the editing on, and I can add some content, and the content I want to add is called a label. And if I choose label, and I type some label text here, this is a very important section for assessment. Okay, and you notice I've got a whole raft of icons which lets me alter that text. So I can select the text, I can change it to a heading size, you know, maybe heading 2, something like that. I can simply select a font size, I can bolden it, I can choose a color from here. I choose a text color, I'll choose red. Incidentally, if when you first go in here these aren't all visible, it's because they're not toggled. See, if I click on that toolbar toggle, do you see you only see a small range of icons? If I toggle it, you see the full range. So I've adapted my text, save and return to course. But of course, whenever you add new content to a topic, it goes to the bottom. So all I do now is I keep that editing turned on, and I pull my topic, my label, sorry, up to the top of the topic, and I put it here. So now if I turn that off, you can see I've added a label under week 1 which says it's a very important section for assessment. So, you know, that's your way of adding other comment on the section, of flagging up content and so on and so forth. And labels are a very useful way of doing that. Okay, that's everything I want to show you today about handling content in the VLE, and I hope that's been useful to you. Thanks very much.